Some smiles are sweet, some smiles are polite, but some hide secrets so deep they can burn a whole life down. This is the story of how I lost my husband, not to a stranger, not to someone I hated, but to a woman I used to say thank you to almost every day. My name is Anna. I'm 32. I'm a wife, a teacher, and I used to be someone who trusted too easily. My husband, Ethan, worked in marketing. He was smart, charming, and quiet in a way that made people want to listen. He was never loud, never too much. He was safe. He was mine, or so I thought. He had worked at the same company for 5 years. He didn't love it, but he was good at it. 2 years ago, he got a new manager, a woman named Rachel. I remember the first time he mentioned her. She's sharp, he said, but kind, one of the better bosses I've had. I smiled and replied, "That's good. A kind boss makes life easier." He nodded, nothing more. A few months later, I met her. It was at a work dinner. She wore a navy blue dress, soft makeup, and a confident smile. She wasn't loud, but you noticed her. When she shook my hand, her touch was firm. "Ethan talks about you a lot," she said. "He says you're the kindest person he knows." I smiled, a little shy. "That's sweet of him." She leaned closer and said, "You're lucky to have him." I thought it was a compliment. Now, I'm not so sure. Rachel and Ethan began working more closely. Late meetings, weekend calls. "Just work," he said, and I believed him, because he always came home. He always kissed my forehead. He always said, "I love you." But love isn't just words. Sometimes love is in what's not said. One Sunday morning, Ethan left early for a meeting. I stayed home and cleaned the apartment. While organizing a drawer in the hallway, I found an envelope tucked between some papers. Inside was a photo, a printed photo of Rachel and Ethan. They were laughing at a table outside a cafe, leaning in, and in the second photo, they were kissing. It wasn't a friendly kiss. I froze. The air left my lungs. It felt like I'd been pushed underwater, suddenly, silently drowning. I stared at the photo. Then I stared at the door, waiting. When he came home that evening, I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just held up the photo. He didn't deny it. He didn't even try. He just whispered. It wasn't supposed to happen. He told me. It started during a work trip. They were both tired, both stressed. One dinner led to another. One conversation turned into something else. He said it wasn't love, but it felt like an escape. Escape from what? Me. The home we built together, the life we made. He said he never planned to leave me. He said it was just a mistake. But betrayal doesn't care if it was planned. It cuts just the same. I asked him to leave. He did. He didn't argue. Maybe he was tired of pretending too. The days after felt hollow. I went to work, smiled at my students, and cried in the staff room bathroom. Nights were worse. The bed was too big. The silence too loud. I looked at our photos, wondering if he ever loved me the way I loved him. If all those small smiles, soft touches, inside jokes, if any of them were real. A few weeks later, I went to the office building. I told myself it was for closure, but maybe I wanted to see her, Rachel. I waited outside, and then I saw them. She walked beside him, laughing. She touched his arm. He didn't move away. He looked lighter, like he didn't carry what I did. I turned before they could see me. That night, I deleted every photo of him from my phone. I kept one. The one from the first year of our marriage, when we still looked at each other like we were enough. I didn't keep it because I missed him. I kept it to remind myself that I loved fully, bravely. And that's not something to regret. It's been a year now. I've moved into a smaller apartment, planted plants on the windowsill, learned how to cook just for one, started painting again. Some mornings I wake up with tears, but most mornings I wake up with peace, because now I know what breaks you can also rebuild you, not the same, but stronger, quiet.